Welcome to Ram Center, Ram TV's look at the week in Angelo State sports. I'm Vincent Salazar, and joining me today is our guest host, Taylor Price. Welcome to the show, Taylor.
Thanks, Vincent. Happy to be here.
Well, this week on Ram Center, we have highlights from the first home game of the 2015 Angelo State University baseball and softball. We also have highlights from Rams basketball, Bells basketball, and scores from the past week.
In addition to the highlights, this week we feature interviews with Rams basketball coach, Coach Beard, Ram Bells basketball coach, Caleb Petrie, Ram baseball coach, Kevin Brooks, and Ram Bells softball coach, Travis Scott.
Super Bowl 49 was the most viewed Super Bowl in years and had one of the most shocking endings in Super Bowl history. Let's go to Cameron and Russ with their take on the big game.
Thank you, Vincent and Taylor. Well, Cameron, I have to say, I was wrong. You were right.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Was I right?
You were right. You were right. But no discussion of the Super Bowl would be complete without asking the question, what was Pete Carroll thinking?
I don't think he was thinking at all.
You have one of the top 3 short yardage backs in the NFL.
Probably the best running back in the league right now.
Probably. And you throw the ball. Right. You have 6 inches.
3 downs.
3 downs. And a timeout.
Exactly.
And you throw the ball.
And you're right there.
And you
one yard line.
mean, from here to the barrier.
Exactly.
And you throw the ball.
And you think Marshawn Lynch couldn't push through that?
Marshawn Lynch could have scored from 3 yards away.
Marshawn Lynch could have scored from 99.
Very true. I really, Pete Carroll's a great coach. He's done a lot of good things in both New York and Seattle, and at USC. But in this case, he failed.
Yeah.
Failed miserably.
It was so unexpected too. I mean, Pete Carroll's had such an amazing season this year and last year, and then this one play could have potentially ruined his whole credibility as a coach.
Yep. And next year, every single time they're down on the 1 yard line in the 2015 season, some broadcaster is going to say, "Hey, remember when Pete Carroll threw it in the end zone with 6 inches to go in the Super Bowl last year?" That's going to happen.
He's not living this down.
No, he's not.
Never.
Never. But I got to say, it was a great game.
Exactly.
Great game by the Patriots. Great game by that undrafted free agent cornerback.
Malcolm Butler.
Yep, Malcolm Butler. Thank you. And this one pains me to say it.
What's up?
But a fairly good game by Tom Brady. Fairly, I can't say great game.
You admit it this time.
Huh?
You admit it this time.
I did. I did. Still don't like him, but it was a good game.
I understand.
It was a good game.
I understand.
But, football season is sadly over for another year.
Exactly.
So I guess we'll revisit this in the fall.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Russell.
I'm Cameron.
And we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Cameron and Russ.
As part of our ongoing efforts here at Ram Center to keep you up to date with all the happenings in the world of Ram sports, we bring you interviews with the head coaches of the Rams basketball, Ram Bells basketball, baseball, and softball teams.
Thank you so much to all of the Angelo sports staff for meeting with us.
Yeah, there always is. That's the great thing about athletics and team sports, that as a coach and as a player, you're always striving for perfection, but you'll never quite get there. There's never been a perfect game played, but that's what you're always looking for. So even in our best moments this year, there's room for improvement, and our players understand that, and that's what's great about our sport. Well, a lot of areas, I think. Number one, just kind of the character of our players. We've really turned into a team. These guys play for each other. They really play for what's on the front of their jersey, ASU, not what's on the back of their jersey, their individual names, and that's probably what we're most proud of. Well, everyone on our roster plays a big role in different ways, but certainly it starts with our 5 seniors. We've had great leadership and production for those 5 guys, and they've really led our program in a lot of ways. Then with our younger guys on the team, we have 5 juniors on the squad that play a lot. And the exciting thing with them is we know we have them next year as well. So I think not only is this year's team doing well, but I think the program's in good hands. Well, that's Division II basketball, the nature of it. Basically in the Lone Star Conference, you have to have Division I talent to compete in this league. And there's different ways that we try to find that talent. Number one, we always start with local. We would love to have local guys on our team for the fan base and for the area, and we do the best we can at that. We have a couple kids on our team. Dakota Rawls from Bront, Texas is a product of this area and is a big part of our team. The next way we try to find players is through the junior college ranks. The best junior colleges in the country are within a couple 100-mile radius of San Angelo. and we've done very well in recruiting that way too. Then the third thing that's really an important part of Division II basketball is trying to find Division I transfers, guys that are looking for different situations for whatever reasons. Just so happens that this year's team, we have 4 players that transferred from other schools. 3 of the 4 was because of coaching changes, and we're really fortunate to have those guys here in San Angelo. Yeah, it's a really cool thing. We're so thankful of all the people on campus and in the community that have contributed to this whiteout game. It's a stand up to cancer whiteout game, so it has a great cause to it. I don't think there's anybody in this world anymore that's not affected by cancer in some way, a friend, a loved one, themselves, and that's certainly true with our team. So Wednesday's game will be big because it's another basketball game, but it'll also be even bigger because it stands for a bigger purpose, and that's cancer awareness.
You know, it was just a team effort. We had some freshmen really step up big. Kiana Kelly knocked down a couple of threes down the stretch to pull us even, and really just total team defense and rebounding just across the board. Everybody stepped up and played well. Well, you know, we've had a lot of ups and downs, but it's a process in terms of these young kids getting better. It's definitely not what we want, but I feel like we finally got it on the right track and we're moving the right direction. We kind of knew that we may take some bumps and bruises, but again, we're learning, we're growing, and everybody's on board. Layla Izad, you know, she's really stepped up and she's really kind of came into her own lately. A point guard, it kind of takes a little bit more time to develop into that that leader, that floor general, and I think she's coming along nicely. You know, I think that, again, we just continue to concentrate on us, and, you know, we're always prepared for the opponent, but we just worry about what we can control and what we do. Diamalisis Rivera has really developed into a strong inside presence. You know, she's really scoring a lot lately and cleaning up the glass. And then Shauna Coleman and Kiana Kelly and then Amanda Weaver, you know, those 4 kind of have a balance on the scoring load. I think it's going to take a little bit of both. You know, obviously you want to get high school players that you can develop, but, you know, you also want that experience that the JUCO and Division I transfers can bring.
Well, we have high expectations going into this season. We got a lot of returning starters, a lot of veteran leadership, and a good mix of young kids that we're excited about their future as well. Won 41 games last year, won the Lone Star Conference Tournament Championship, and hosted a regional tournament. So we got a lot of things to be excited about, and we're just anxious to get started and get cranked up. Well, I think it's a little bit of a mental edge, you know, getting a little bit more of an attitude about us. We got good kids. I mean, they're great students. They've done extremely well in the classroom, but we need to take things a little bit more personal at times and get a little angry that somebody's trying to take what we want. And when we do that, we're going to be deadly. But, you know, this team has all the ability in the world. They're working hard for us. They're doing everything the right way. They're not causing their coach any problems, and that's a big plus. They're good students, and, you know, they've just been good for the university, and we're looking forward to trying to put rings on their fingers at the end of the season.
You know, the biggest thing you got to take from that, baseball, it's a long season. We play a lot of games. You're gonna lose some along the way. Well, you know, I think defensively we're going to be pretty solid, you know, which is a big deal, especially now that they've changed the bats. And then 4 or 5 years ago, the NCAA decided there's too much scoring, and so to try to get a better balance in the game, they changed the bats we use. So they don't have the trampoline effect when, you know, back when 5'5", 120-pound dudes were hitting home runs, they decided that might be a little much. So it's a lot closer to a wood bat. The scoring has gone down a ton. You know, the power numbers have gone down a ton. So it's really fundamentally changed the game a lot in college. You know, I think the biggest thing, we just got to keep getting better every day in every phase of the game. You know, I think, and right now we've done that, you know, every day in practice I feel like we're getting better. We need to get better at our situational hitting, I would say, more than anything, being able to move runners, you know, making some outs and stuff. But right now, you know, feel pretty good about where we're at, and hopefully continue getting better.
Let's take a look now at the Ram and Rambell's basketball highlights from the February 4th game against West Texas A&M University.
The Rams basketball team continued their remarkable run this season by knocking off West Texas A&M Wednesday, February 4th, 77-68. Chris Jones led the team with 25 points. DeMario Mayfield added 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. On Saturday, February 7th, the team traveled to Portales, New Mexico to face Eastern New Mexico University and came away with yet another victory, 69-49, pulling away in the second half for the win. Once again, the team was led by the outstanding efforts of DeMario Mayfield, who scored 22 points, pulled down 7 rebounds, and dished out 6 assists. Chris Jones added 16 points, and Marcel Holden added 11 to the victorious effort. The victory ran the Rams' record-setting winning streak to 16 games. Bell's basketball team had a rough week, falling on Wednesday to West Texas A&M 67-50, and on Saturday to the Eastern New Mexico Greyhounds 77-69. The Bells fought valiantly but were ultimately unsuccessful in bringing home the win.
With spring just around the corner, it's time for the great American pastime, baseball. The Rams baseball team opened their season February 2nd in Abilene, Texas against McMurray University. The Rams split a doubleheader with the Warhawks, winning the opener 8-4, scoring 6 runs in the top of the 8th inning, and dropped the nightcap in a squeaker 3-2.
The Rams opened their home schedule this past weekend with a 3-game homestand against Texas A&M University Dust Devils. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Following their first loss of the very young season, the Rams baseball team returned to San Angelo for a 3-game homestand against the Texas A&M International Dust Devils. The Rams responded with an offensive explosion leading to a 3-game sweep. On Friday, the Bats came alive to the tune of 18 hits, including home runs by J.C. Snyder, Brett David, and Derek Tyner. The Rams withstood a late Dust Devil charge and pulled away for a 12-6 victory. On Saturday, a first-inning slump led to a 4-0 lead by the Dust Devils. The Rams would not go quietly, however, and fought back to take a 9-4 lead and again withstood a late charge to win the first game of a scheduled twin bill, 11-9. In the nightcap, the Rams took no chances and jumped out to a 9-0 lead in the first 2 innings. A scoring surge that included a first-inning grand slam by senior first baseman Brett David. During the three-game series, the team scored 38 runs and pounded out 47 hits, highlighted by 6 home runs.
With high expectations, the Ram-Bell softball team opened their season on February 6th against Colorado School of the Mines and Texas A&M International University. Here are the highlights and scores from opening day.
The brand new Meyer Field here in San Angelo played host to the season opening George McCorkle Softball Classic. The Bells softball team opened their season with an offensive explosion as they defeated the Colorado School of Mines 11-0 and Texas A&M International 10-2 on Friday. Saturday brought 2 more victories and 2 milestones in Coach Travis Scott's coaching career. The Bells defeated Texas A&M International 5-1 and St. Edward's 3-0, earning Scott his 600th career victory and his 500th victory as the ASU softball coach.
Well, I thought it was a great weekend for us. Kennedy and Brandy both just threw the ball extremely well. Defensively, we did make a few mistakes, but man, we made some plays. And Sierra Shepard was outstanding at shortstop. Laney and Darian both had great weekends at third. Mai Cherie made a great throw to throw out a runner in this game in a 1-0 game. So man, it was just a really good weekend to be 6-0, to be able to play here in this new facility and have outstanding crowds with, and the weather was just perfect all weekend. So you can't ask for anything more. Appreciate the teams coming, appreciate everybody coming out and making this special weekend for us.
Well, that concludes another week of Ram Center. We hope you enjoyed our show. Thank you, Taylor, for being our guest host this week, and maybe you can come back and join us sometime.
Definitely. It was a pleasure anytime.
We'd like to thank Angelo Sports Athletic Department for their assistance with interviews and for providing us highlights. You can check out more about the athletic department at angelosports.com. Thanks for watching Ram TV 6, and we'll see you again next time on Ram Center.